wasn't just me that decided it should be really cheesy in that presentation. It was you guys collectively, and people asked for unicorns, rainbows, kittens, so they're all going to feature. And I'll just carry on. So what are we doing? We're obviously clueless. We thought that games development conferences like this could really do with a game being developed. Hopefully everyone here works in games, or wants to, or has, or shipped something in some form. So I'm not sure you're going to learn much through example, but rather what not to do, like try and do online. We just thought it would be a fun talking point, and it's nice that they put us at the end of the indie kind of track, because it's like a celebration of what we all go through in our private little development studios. So we're making a game in an hour, right? A bit of a tight fit. I have no idea who they are. They're just some weird 80s band. And what I meant by that is, yes, there's only an hour to work, and we haven't got an hour. I don't know how long we've left anymore. But yeah, that's a scared cat, because that was basically our faces when we decided that this was going to happen, and we kind of proposed it to develop, and they said, yes, why not, come in and do it. And really, we all just wanted like a free conference pass, right? That's where you talk. So, oh god, we've actually got to make a game in an hour. How do we do this? Yeah. So, see, do you like the transitions? So I couldn't find a good picture for why. Right? I use slides as like visual bullet points, so I remember what to say, and I couldn't think of a good one. So you've got like a Nyan cat in the corner behind Gavin. I don't know if you can see. So yeah, so like I was saying, it's like just to see if it can be done. Right? It'd be fun to see if we can do a game in an hour, and if it's any fun at the end of it, it probably won't be. Yeah, like all the usual things that you go through making a game, but condensed and made really public and awkward by doing it live. And maybe you'll sort of pick up some tips and tricks when we go through these guys' roles, rainbows, and like talk a little bit about what they do and how they work. So I found another awesome picture of a rainbow. I thought I couldn't pick that, so I put it in. I love Google Images. So, and by the way, this isn't it's not that unprofessional, or maybe it is. I've just been deluding myself. But when I worked at other games companies, this is how I used to pitch to publishers. Not even kidding. I used a picture of Tom Cruise to illustrate something that was meant to be short. There you go. So, the result will either be glory, will win, it'll be wonderful, see how topical I'm being, or boo-hoo, we'll all have a cry, but it's okay because we'll all go to the bar afterwards. But really, it's going to be a win-win. I couldn't think of anything to better just summarise, like, just whatever happens, it'll be funny and kind of awesome and kind of cute, and, everyone gets it. We're all indies, we all know what this is. So, the game. So, like I said, Tiny Tower, that's Tiny Tower, and it came to, the idea was separate. Byron came up with the idea of maybe doing a live game jam, and I had this idea of, why not make a game about doing something in an hour, but actually make it in an hour, because I'm an idiotic designer and I have thoughts like that. So yeah, Dream Heights, so we're not towers with friends. That was the one that I think it was Inga or someone basically just incredibly ripped it off. I read that news and I thought, this will be awesome. These transitions are working, aren't they? You're not paying attention to a word I'm saying. So yeah, I don't know if you guys knew, but the guys behind Tiny Tower actually did a little letter to Zynga saying thanks for stealing our idea. It's really flattering. I don't think we'll get one. So yeah, the document itself, the design, it started off, we've actually got a print here of the original sort of design document, and it's gone through about 8 revisions. So like I said, it was probably an entire document. Revisions, not just little updates. Initially, the idea was going to be that you build a tower over one real-time hour, by essentially dragging floors from the top of the screen down onto sort of the building site, one on top of the other. You just stack them and stack them and stack them, and you get points for doing it well and lining them up better and matching colours and that sort of thing. But we've only got 45 minutes, it turns out, to make the game. So that got scrapped. And it's now a little simpler. I won't spoil it. I'll explain what it's meant to be if we don't manage to make it in the hour, because that would be a bit mean just leaving it out there. And so, yeah, like I say, we went through a lot of revisions, a lot of sort of wrangling as you do. But it just became really apparent, like, how much stuff you need to cut out. You know, like I think every single one of us was quite surprised by how little content we could get done in an hour. It sounds like more than it is, or it did. Maybe you all know that, and we're just idiots. But anyway, and that was a lolcat that I'd never seen, so I happily did. So here we go. Yeah, this was my wonderful designer art mock-up. So we don't even have a play and equip button because that would be too much time to do that. And so you see at the top there, they're floating by their small minutes, right? And you would drag them down and smash onto the way you drop them, and it'd be part of the effects and all that kind of stuff. I don't think we can get any of them. So the tweaks, like I said, the menu, we just got rid of the menu. It's like you run it, it's playing, you play it, you end it, and then you just hit escape. And you put it out. There's none of that rubbish. The feedback had to be cut back to, like I said, particle effects. The ceremony, winning probably won't feel that great because there's not going to be any sort of audio or visual feedback. And there's no animation, obviously, it's like purely just things appearing and reappearing. And we basically had to break things down into needs, wants, and really, really wants. And we didn't even get half the needs in when we were looking at the features. So, again, I'm really trying not to big it up at all, so that when we actually do anything, it looks cool. So yeah, the practice. Went really well. Big Pixel were very kind. They let us go to their office and have a little try in the corner. We basically got half an hour in and realised it was just ridiculous. It's never going to work. It's not like that. This was like revision 4 or something like that. So that was when we decided, yeah, okay, we're stripping absolutely everything out. This is insane. Yeah, Byron, he's not putting that face yet. Can anyone yell if he does?
Close.
Nearly? Okay, cool. So yeah, the tweaks, it's meant, I'm used to tweaking things like it's kind of gently and easily, but it was more like half over. So, right, here we go. Sorry. It's like, everyone's laughing and I'm not saying anything yet. Right, so Byron, he runs Lazarus Studios. He's a very experienced coder. He's worked at all kinds of places, including Day and Dreams, Future Games London, where he's contracting at the moment, Stainless Games, Pom Pom, I believe, as well, for a while. So, I mean, this guy's been around the block, and if anyone can do it, he can. Right, Byron? No. So, James, he's like our silent Bob of the team. He's not going to say a single word. So when I go to each guy and talk about what they do and how, I'll just be reading it from the email he sent me. He's like a ninja, so you don't mess with him when he's in his zone. So he's the lead artist or chief artist or only artist maybe at Big Pixel Studios. He used to work at places like Disney Interactive and Jetix, and they've been making Big Pixel has made games like Land of Thunder. I'm sure I saw his boss in the audience somewhere. There he is. They're good guys, they're really nice. Everyone should try and go and work for them. Gavin Harrison, he's wonderful. And this might be where we used to get me like on some kind of note. So I think, are we ready to be doing stuff? Well, have you got anything to play out? Or do you want us to? Yeah? Okay. Shall we have a listen to what he's been doing? Yeah. No idea how we do the time. Oh, it's 1:30.
I apologise in advance for the mix because I'm using headphones, so I have no idea what it sounds
So bear that in mind when I come out into the audience with badges and a weird little kind of ray gun thing to try and capture some sound. So Garvin is a bit of a star. He's been doing work for all kinds of indie guys, indie studios, Orange Pixel, Fake Games, Grey Studios. He's kind of known for his chiptune style, but he kind of wants to move away from that. But anyone out there, I would highly recommend working with him. I think we other than big picture, I think we all work towards it, and it's great. Here's me, Spilt Milk. That is my Twitter icon. Just when it's tiny, it looks like my teeth are glowing. I worked at Real-Time Wales Visual Science Games before I set up Spilt Milk Studios. Games like Flock and White. So, I might... Yes, now I'm going to talk through this whole slide set and then we can hook up the art to the big screen. So, the art process. Everyone knows that that's what happens, right? People just whinge and moan and bitch about not having enough pixels and stuff like that. This is kind of where the talk was done, because like, everyone here knows what it's, you know, like artists in here know what it's like, and audio guys know what it's like. But yeah, they essentially colour stuff in, right? James loves dogs, right? We were going to try and find a little doggy to throw about with the USB stick, but we didn't do it. So that's what I think artists are. That's kind of something up. That's the service transition. Like code process. So yeah, basically they just tell everyone what to do. Right? They're like, no, that feature's not going in. Blah blah blah. They like chop up artwork and reduce file sizes willy nilly, and don't tell anyone why. But then they're invaluable, so you kind of suck it up. That's what a coder looks like. In case anyone didn't know. So yeah, Kevin's not actually doing any work, he's just like on SoundCloud or something, listening to his favourite tunes and chopping things up. And making up silly words to describe sounds, because there aren't enough words in the English language already. That's what I think a musician looks like. People might disagree. And design process, because we all know there isn't really a design process, especially when you're really getting it. So yeah, basically we just like talk a load of rubbish. We get the microphones, right, so we can just like hold forth on whatever we think, and these guys are hard at work doing all the tough stuff, and they can't argue, and they're probably going to go and punch me afterwards. And this is the best kind of shit. And that's what a design looks like. It's true. It's amazing. Marketing. So, I don't know if we'll make it, but I'll leave that there. Bear in mind what you heard with the audio, with the soundtrack as it is at the moment. I'm going to go and collect some sound effects. Now, what's the first sound effect we need? Oh, you want the document? Okay. I was going to go and photocopy it, and then I got stuck having lunch somewhere in one. At the very least, you know what, you're all going to come out of this thinking, these guys do this for a living and it's a complete shambles. I can do anything. Okie dokie, so audio assets. We're going to need, this has actually changed since then. I'm going to have to remember what we need. So we're going to need like a tapping noise, like a clicking noise for when you tap on the floor as it flies past. We're going to need a noise for the flying past of the floors. A whoosh noise. Yeah. Maybe we could come up with a better word than whoosh. Because we know it's sort of like a noise. Okay, we'll do those. Who wants to be in this game? Alright, there's two guys and we need two sound effects. This is good. Right, so tap or whoosh. Okay, whoosh. Right, whatever you want it to be. What did like everyone was like, what do you think of sound like? Yeah, what do you think of or whoosh? Because it might not work in so the floor's flying past the screen fairly quickly, and yeah, so it's going to happen a lot, so it can't be maybe just say whoosh. Cool. Anyway, right, where was... Right, so you've got the tap noise, right? Again, this is going to be happening a lot, so it can't be annoying. No pressure. Okay, so you reckon... Oh, whoa, hang on. Foley happening here, right? This is crazy, okay. This is already way more professional than we are. Okay, go for it. Cool. That's fine. That should hopefully get in. Right. What else do we need? I need more hands. That's what I need. So we need a successful floor addition, which is obviously going to be, it's going to sound incredible. It's going to be like a bringing chest in Zelda or something like that. But it's also going to happen quite a lot. So again, it can't be annoying. And we also need, I believe we need a fail, sort of. You failed to add this for noise. So any volunteers, I scared everyone by being weird in your midst. Come on, you could all do it at once, and I'll just no, you can't have it again. Right, go on. Okay, so which one do you want to do?
I'll do successful.
Successful. Okay, this can be like, it doesn't just have to be like a one noise thing. It can be like a little ta-da or whatever. Okay, ready?
Doodle-doo!
Beautiful, beautiful. Really hope this is going to work, because you don't want me doing this again. Right, one more person. Come on, who's going to... Up. We'll come back to you. There's more. You were slightly faster on the... So this is like a failure noise. Okay, ready? Thanks for that, Luke. Right, okay. So that's the basic interactions. And I believe we need... there's one more thing. I don't know what it is. Sorry, again. We'll keep that. My contact lenses just popped out. Genuinely. Right, so we've got literally everything's going wrong. My face has just gone wrong. No one predicted that. So we've got four noises right now. We've got a whoosh, and we've got a well done, you put a floor down. We've got a failure, floor put down, and we've got a clicking on the noise. We need some more. That'll do for now. Okay. Maybe in a bit we'll get some like a cappella going on the background music. I think that might be nice.
In the key of G.
In the key of G, everyone. Okay. How have you been? Okay, it's 22. I've been talking way quicker than I thought. So right, he's going to take us out. So this is probably a good time to basically talk through the process that you're doing. No pressure at all. With this audio. So you are using what is the
I'm using
Logic. Logic audio. Yeah.
Okay, does anyone else out there use Logic audio? One person. How many people in the audience are audio people?
no one.
No, one person. Someone uses Logic but isn't an audio. Okay, fair enough. I guess that makes sense. Cool. How are you doing? Trying to get the card out. Okay. Right, okay, cool. So, what we've done there, we've captured the sounds on this recorder. This is really great because I can see half in focus and half not. It's really
I'm
disruptive.
now going to audition the sounds basically, so I can.
So I can see what's been recorded. Pull sound files into Logic and then chop out the bits, the unwanted bits.
So all of them?
Did you do more than one take, or was it just one take?
Some of them had multiples, and we only got one from the. So we're just going to have to go with what we've got. I think it's risky to try and double up here, because something will explode.
Okay.
Or someone will die or something. Okay. Cool. So we captured it in one. Did we?
Yes, we did.
It's going to multiply it. Has anyone got a patch? It would really help.
So I've got the files onto the computer from the art. So there's everything that's just been recorded.
Can everyone see it on that screen? So you're checking the loops.
Checking the levels, yeah. The
Which
voice
sound is very,
Be honest.
loud.
Right, okay.
So, for instance, the whoosh sound has got a lot of bass in it. So I'm now going to take out the bass, meaning it'll be able to put louder and it will work
through where the unit is played through rather than sounding too loud and distorted.
You do that, and everyone's squinting at that tiny screen in front while he's doing that. Meanwhile, what I'm going to do is I really have spoken way too quickly. I was supposed to linger on the rainbows and the unicorns. I'm going to read out, if my eyes work. I was hoping that everything would go wrong, so we've got a really good excuse when it doesn't work, but not being able to see is not one of them. Okay, so I'm going to talk to James here. Actually, I'm being an idiot. This is really stupid. We should switch to James's view on there, if we can. Because then I might just be able to shut up and report for the pretty pictures we made. So, James's pretty experience and pretty damn quick and pretty awesome and very, very quiet. So, he uses Adobe Illustrator, which hopefully a lot of you are familiar with. Yes, hands? No? Okay, cool, good. Basically, first working in vector art rather than pixels, despite working at Big Pixel. I'm not sure how that works. Like Paul, why did you hire him? He doesn't like pixels.
I like dogs.
He likes dogs. You like dogs too? Okay, cool. So if anyone else likes dogs, send him an email. They'll probably hire. He works in vector art, and basically because it's scalable, it's easy. Pixels suck. They get anti-alias. Basically, I asked him about working process because everyone's a bit different and we've never actually worked together. So he's not like a rough and ready guy. He wants to get stuff done right the first time, which is good. And it's the opposite of me, but it's fine. Everyone's okay. And basically, in his experience, he thinks that the first ideas are often the best ones. And I tend to agree with him as well. He animates in Adobe Flash, but it makes him sad when he does. So it's literally what it is. And he does all the artwork in Illustrator, but that's the thing. That's his favourite for every kind of art. He even uses it when not working. I hope that's not like on the company document. And he's got a few tips for fast artwork. This is something I'll ask Byron and Gavin as well, just so tips for stuff. Draw the finished thing right off. That's the big tip. It's not the handiest tip, just do it right. Okay. If he has to do a rough mock-up of the ideas, he never works on too far. I'm guessing, in my experience, that's very true. Like you can overwork an idea and you kind of lose the original kind of feel for it. And also, panic helps. See, panic doesn't help with me because my eyes are rolling in contact. Good. So, you can all watch that while I blather on. I'm going to come back to Gavin and see how he's doing. How are you?
We've got a wish sound, yeah.
Okay, so is that ready to be... Can we play that through? Okay. There you go. Congratulations, we'll put you in the credit. Cool, no, that's wicked. You can go back to that, that's absolutely fine. So it is now just coming up on 10:02, so we've got 25 minutes. How's that feeling? That's reassuring. Yeah, so I'll talk a bit about what's going on here, just for the design. So basically the floors as they fly past, this is like the biggest thing we changed to the game design from the original. Originally, like I said, it was going to be you're going to drag them down, and there's going to be like an element of skill in arranging them fairly centrally, and now it's going to be basically you're tapping the right coloured ones to match like a preset that the game's generated for you. So here, obviously, we're coming up with a bunch of different colours and shapes and sizes. Is that some dog? That's like a squirrel. I don't know what that is. It's brilliant. Yes, and so you'll be tapping the right coloured floor, and it will magically appear on the stack. And if you click on the wrong one, you get Louis blowing a raspberry in your ear, which is neat. Yes, so I'm going to come over to Byron, even if he doesn't want me to. I thought it needed to be How's it going? Does everyone like watching coding? Is that just me? Like, it's like maths. Like magic. It is maths. Jesus, right. How is it going? Are we going to make it? Cool. Did you bring the one that we made before? The power didn't work. So we don't have a backpack. Oh, that's a good point. We do have a backpack. Okay, where's that? So one of the things that we kind of came across during the practice, being incredibly professional individuals that we are, we're very used to backing up and using source control and all that kind of stuff, and we kind of forgot that we don't like have a direct connection between all of these things. So how the hell are we going to get the assets from one to the other? And this is why it's very important to practice. And so that was where the memory stuff came in. That's definitely looking more like a dog. Yes, it is. It's a giant nosed dog, and that's an proper brand. I might just stand at the back and watch what you do. So, what are you working on at the moment? Right. It might be the backup. No one wants to see you up tabbing.
I didn't already. I'll make sure that you're all watching the audio.
Good. It's good. I was going to ask something really personal. It doesn't matter, we'll go back to the audio. This is so professional. We need celebration noise keeps doing it again.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Don't worry. The thing is, the way Byron's working at the minute is he's doing the framework, and we're basically going to just dump all the assets over to him on the stick when he kind of gives some kind of agonised animal howl to indicate that he's ready. Sorry, who did the success note? Right, cool. Actually, I'm going to move to you because I said I'd come back. And are you ready? You might want to unvolunteer.
What is
A
the sound?
success noise. So when the player's done the right action, there's going to be like a little happy noise. Do you think you can do it?
Think of it. Yeah,
You got something? Hey, a raspberry. Like it doesn't have to be anything like cool. Okay, so quite loud.
Yeah.
Right. Fingers crossed. Thank you very much. Wait, what's going on? Oh, okay, cool. We've got the replacement. Okay. So, we're using Unity. I should have probably mentioned that right at the beginning, actually, because we've got a bag full of Unity badges and Unity stickers. It's not the best price, but they are quite a good company, despite that. I'm going to hand out these to people who ask questions. Hopefully ones I can answer so that I don't have to interrupt the guys. And nothing about art, because I will have to answer.
Make them look all the way to the back.
Make them look all at the back.
There's something really interesting up there.
It's not going to happen. I think we've blown our cover there a little bit. It's not going to work. Right, okay, so this is, right. So are there any questions about anything? Not even just about this, because this is a joke. Okay, we got two. I'll come to you first. You get a sticker and a badge, or one of each. Okay, so who are you? Where you're born? What's your question?
I'm Chris Chapman. I'm a small developer. Doing small indie games. But I would like to ask: do you think smaller games are better? So that ones you can do quickly, rather than overindulging in design and something different.
That's a good question. I'm a little biased. I'm a little biased because we're making a really short game right here, and I make mobile games. But I think that I'm going to wax a little lyrical, like I said, designers do. So I'm jealous of cooks, and I'm jealous of musicians, and I'm jealous of artists because they get to practice what they do over and over and over very, very quickly in a very short period of time, right? If you play an instrument, you can just play that thing over and over and over and get better at it, right? The key to making games is that the entire process is so important. So not just the idea, but the development, the iteration, and the release. Right? That's the one bit that I think a lot of people completely underestimate. So the reason I'm jealous of them is because, you know, at most, or at best, maybe you can release, other than game jam stuff, commercial products, you know, you're looking at like 3 or 4 months to do something. So you can get one step better at your profession once every 3 or 4 months, rather than once every service. If you're a cook, or every time you try it, you know, you're better at playing it. I know that's kind of oversimplifying, but that's one reason that I think short games are very, very important, and I much prefer doing. Quite apart from that, if you go too short, it can all go horribly wrong, and you regret it. Yes, same question.
My name's Mitch. I own a game studio. I was just going to ask, are you going to publish a game?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and also going to charge my iPhone.
I don't think we have a subject screen. Right. I'm going to break that speaker on my left contact lens blew out. Are we going to release this? Well, genuinely, we were hoping that we would actually do that at the end, but we all have to run off. I'm on another panel, and the internet connection's a touch flaky, so I think we're not going to follow. However, we are planning to put it up, right? People are going to be able to play it. We will genuinely put you guys in the credits, you know. Yes, I'll get your names. I mean, I know half of them, but I'll make sure to get the names at the end. And yeah, we're going to put it up. I don't think we'll sell it. I think that might be a little hopeful. But you know what's great about artists, by the way, is that it's going to look great. It's not going to work, but it's going to look great. Right. More questions, please. Anyone? Right. Okay. Oh, Zoya. Okay. You get a badge. I think everyone's going to get a badge. If I you got one. You're the second one.
Where are you from? What's your name? Show yourself. Come on.
My name is Lucy. I'm from South
Have you opened
Yorkshire.
it?
I'm living on Street.
No, you can open it for me.
Thank you. Has anyone got a real question? Okay. Oh, I was about to go. Not a real question. Just twirl. So, who are you? Where do you work? I mean, this is really weird. But the audience doesn't. And what's your question?
I'm Andy, and I'm making in the games too, and I'll bring it back that stick too. Right.
Does anyone else want to say? Yeah, you're all going to get badges in a second. Look, how many there are. You don't have to ask that. Have you got a real question? There were other people there. But who's got a real question?
Hi, I'm Dean. I work with the Monogame team. From a programmer's point of view, a developer from a programmer, I'm just interested in feedback on how people go about finding artists and sound people do that wonderful stuff.
That was your question too? Well, he gets a badge, doesn't he? How do you do it on a budget? Right, how do we find people to work with? How do we find people and how do we do it on a budget? Because you said you're a coder and you need an artist, basically. Is this where I go on and on about how brilliant Twitter is? I don't know. It's where I have a sip of the drink and check the time. It's 3 minutes to 4. So we've got 17 minutes. Right, so I will ask Gavin how he approaches people, and I'll ask Byron how he finds people to work with as well. But for me, basically, just be noisy, right? I mean, you get cards from conferences. Yeah, well, you don't get a prize for an answer. I'm only calling a badge of prize is a bit of a stretch. So, no, I genuinely think that there's so many people out there who want, you know, you've got a skill and you want to work with other people, and so it's just a matter of finding the places that they gather. That's why, for me, Twitter works, because it's like people naturally kind of congregate in common interest groups. So it's a really easy way of doing that. Game forums, obviously, that sort of thing. But I mean, a word of advice and warning is that if you're looking for someone like to build a team and like really commit, and I don't know, maybe some other indie devs in the audience might disagree, but in my experience, you need to be very careful about the relationship and how it's defined and how it's specified. Knowing you are. Essentially, like, I would recommend finding people that you respect rather than are friends with first. You know, there's nothing wrong with becoming friends with people you work with. I think if the relationship is founded on that sort of respect of their skills and what they bring to a project, then that's like a healthier way of doing it. Oh, are we ready to see something? Yeah. Let me sound confused. He doesn't know. Oh, here we go. Look, first playable. Is it playable? Oh, hey, here we go. So here's the game. So down here we've got the colour that you have to try and match. And up here you've got them flying past at different speeds, which over time will get much further. And to keep it interesting, or to keep it like a game, the tower is sinking, or the camera's rising, whatever you want to think. And there's another question over there. So where did I put the badges? Because it's really important I hand these out. Right. Okay.
Is that a Bloody Mary?
It is a Bloody Mary. And you don't get a badge for that. There's like a wrong part.
This place is really bad. But like, can we put Byron's screen on the big screen? Yeah.
Why am I going over there? They can do that. Can we do that? Is that the case? You might not do it far, actually. Is it going to stretch?
Only if you switch the two electrons.
It doesn't reach that far. I should really learn to use the wonders of sound projection. Not people walk. Right, serious questions. Come on, no more gluing stickers, no more making me wood. Oh God, I'm going to throw it at you. You pass that over.
I'm from Portsmouth, was facility last year. Basically, just asking how you went through sort of jokingly your sort of work. Could you like give us some insight on how you sort of develop how you do work together? And together it's 30 years, not working together permanently, kind of thing.
I kind of touched on it, right, about, I think me and Byron were chatting on Skype or something. Did you want, is there an update? No, okay. It's alright, I'm talking about you. So we were talking on Skype, we've known each other for a little while, and it literally just came from the idea of these game development conferences not really having the thing we all talk about happen. You know, maybe it would have been more sensible to do just a day-long chat and not like do it live in front of everyone. Maybe next time. But it was an idea that stuck. It seems like one of those ideas. Once you have it, why hasn't anyone done it? So, and we basically the community is just really, really close. Like I've worked with Gavin on Smash the Block. He's doing the sounds for that. Byron's worked with Gavin as well. So he was the first person to come to mind. And we know he's nice. And then we kind of put the call out. I think I got in touch with Paul, if I remember correctly. And he volunteered James, the ninja artist, to do the work. And it was, I mean, that sounds, I'm not happy with that answer because it kind of cuts out, I guess, how it happened. But like I was saying earlier, like Twitter's wonderful, but like I'm a one-man band who can't code, which is a whole other story. But like I'm able to make a lot of noise, right? It's not hard because I think I don't think everything I say is worth saying. I just think that somewhere out there, if you get it through enough sort of channels, someone will find it interesting. Right? It might seem kind of boring or obvious or whatever, but putting that information out there, someone will find it useful. And through doing that repeatedly and not being ashamed of doing it repeatedly, you kind of build up a community around you. I'm not sure. I mean, we're all based sort of in the south as well. I'm in London, so it's very easy for us to meet up, and that probably had a big effect on it. But also, we're all used to, well, I mean, Paul works with James at Big Pixel, they're in a studio, but everyone else, we kind of work remotely a lot, and so it was kind of quite easy to convince people that it would be worth trying out at least. And we're all fairly independent people, fairly confident. Nothing goes horribly wrong, and so there wasn't really any sort of challenge in convincing each other that we should just try it. Solid, why not? It has gone fairly horribly wrong, but hopefully it's entertaining. At the very least, you'll remember who we are and avoid us. And yeah, hopefully people are getting something out of it, not just a car crash. Are there any more questions? Right, Alistair. You sure it's going to be nice? You can be quite mean. Right, yes, who are you?
Hi, I'm Alistair from Alistair Richardson Games. I made Green Bankers on the iPhone. I was going to ask, you talked about you had to cut a load of stuff out of the design in order to make it fit into an hour. What did you cut? What was your priority for things that had to absolutely be in the design for the game?
Yeah, I'll come to you, but from my angle, I just stopped his foot and told me what I wasn't allowed to put in my game. But I know that's not the truth. So yeah, Byron, what for you was the few things that you highlighted as most dangerous?
Well, I seem to remember originally that there was a whole drag and dropping space. There was in-app purchases.
Nice.
Basically, it was just we did the practice sessions. We rated the game. It was obvious that we didn't get certain things in the game at times. So it's the core features I've shown. Anything that was the nice stuff that we add in if we had extra time at the end, which we don't.
What is it? 7 minutes. Okay, so we've got 8 minutes. This is good. Okay, I hope that answered the questions. Serves you right if you ask stupid ones and you want to ask something else. It might not be, I don't know. How's the audio going, Gavin? Great. Have you got anything you can play to our audience? In 1 minute, okay, that's fine. Right, so one more question. A question from someone. Wow, this is the joke question I don't know, why the hell are you doing this?
Hi, I'm Sam from Lazarus, helped out a few butchers in the showcasing there. Yeah, my question is, have you ever taken me out yet?
That's not a real question. No, I haven't applied for Take Me Out yet. This is the problem with being on Twitter, right? So everyone thinks I should go on Take Me Out. I don't know. I'm not asking you. No. Have we got another question? Right, we have. This better be a real question. Not that I actually do anything else. I don't. I avoid it if I can. I work with a company called Jackal, who aren't too fussed about being in the limelight. But if I want to do Android development, then I just get them to port it. Gavin doesn't really, he just sounds, so it's not really relevant. But Byron, how do you handle cross-platform?
Well, cross-platform, the obvious way is Unity, Flash. There's also Game Maker website, but I mostly do Unity-based work. I have done kind of custom-made cross-platform systems before, but with the progress of new technology over time, it's just easier and more cost-effective to use Unity.
And for that, how many licenses do you get? It's a relevant point.
Well, I can't really literally copy Unity 4, but I
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't mean it about the patches. So yeah, that highlights a really good point. I think you just need to choose your battles. The reason I developed first on iPhone is because there's a lot less sort of versions of screen sizes and ratios and all this kind of thing to worry about. So it just makes my life simple. But yeah, I think the most sensible thing is to pick a way that you kind of can anticipate moving to other platforms. I guess the opposite and a bad example of what not to do, a good example of what not to do is when people just port a console game onto a mobile phone and stick fake buttons on the screen and stuff. It's nobody wants to do that. So you just got to pick your balance, I suppose. That's easily a minute. I'm going to hold Gavin to his word because we've not got much time left. How are we doing on the audio?
Are you a bit more?
Is it going to mean you don't get it done if you did?
possibly...
Okay, let's not risk that. More questions, everyone. More questions. I'll bring the badges this time. No, I didn't last time. What have people got? We've literally got like 5 minutes left or something. So it's not long. I could just let you watch them sweat. It's 8 minutes past. Jesus Christ. Okay, come on. Okay, right, here we go. This better be a Chris, because I know you as well.
Hi, this is kind of a cheeky question, but how do you do that duplication thing in Photoshop? That was awesome. Like, what gun is that?
He's not going to tell. Ninjas do not reveal their secret weapons. There was only...
Dan, as soon as Sheffield. I was wondering, what's the favourite game you've worked on and why?
Okay. I'll ask that of the other two, not the ninja, as well. The favourite game I've worked on was probably Final Fight Double Impact. It was probably like the original game that I played in the arcade. This was back at Proper Games, and it was just really cool to be involved in a sort of resurrection of a game that I respected so much. And I didn't have to design anything beyond like the reward system and the achievements, which was really good fun. Naming the achievements particularly is always good fun. Trying to get like naughty puns past Microsoft certification is a good game to play. Having really serious. What's the most fun thing you've done in your opinion?
Working on Unity Mental in Hong Kong. It's just a shooting up my week, you know.
Simple answers to that. I'm going to see how many. He's chewing his bottom lip. Yeah. We've got a code word. One more question, one or two more questions. It's getting tense. You said. Did I give you a badge last time?
How are you managing to put your cycling off the diet?
I like how my presentations are shambles and so is the questions. It makes me feel happy. How do I get the cycling? So I'm borrowing I can't believe I'm actually going to ask this. I borrow a stationary cycle from a friend, and I move my bed out of the way, and then I wheel it the bike in front of the telly, and then I watch Supernatural while I'm cycling. I do it once at lunch, and then once in the evening, because I live in a shed and I have nothing better to do. And that's the truth. Yes. Anyone else? All right at the back. This is good. Sorry, where's the clock on that? At the top. Right, it's 10 past. I've got 5 minutes. Typical design, we won't be multiple.
Hi there, my name is James Austin and I work at Originate and we make the Sentinel series. My question is, in a sequel, maybe 2 Hour Tower?
Yeah, all right, we could do that. We could do 2 hours. It might be nice to do 1 hour. So we're going to put it out, and I know it's a silly question, but I would quite. I hope this was enjoyable. And I hope it worked. And I think it'd be a nice thing to do. I'm not volunteering, by the way, but I think it'd be a nice way to end this sort of the indie track everything. Right? I think it'd be a fun kind of thing. I think it'd be nice to do a little website sort of aggregating them all together, and that would be neat. So I don't know, it would be nice to carry not this game on, but this thing. And also, I could do a half-decent presentation next time. Dolphins, brilliant, better than unicorns. Questions? There's probably time for 2 more. Oh, I know there's some out there. Right. Looked like Dan Marshall sprouted an arm there, but it was the gun.
Mike Rose doesn't get badges because he gets slag all the time. Now that you've done this one, practice. You have to do this again. What's the minimum amount of practice?
Genuinely, I think the fact that we didn't finish the practice run thing was probably the biggest problem. I mean, it's
I did it 4 weeks.
You did it for 4 weeks practicing, but we didn't do it as a team. We didn't do it with my contacts flying out. We didn't do it with that weird speaker freaking out. And everyone home. But no, I think you can't practice enough. Like, genuinely. I think that's probably like the biggest lesson that I certainly have learned, is that you can't practice enough. I've made lots of games, So we've all made lots of games before, and yet it still kind of doesn't go as smoothly as you hope. So yeah, the minimum amount I would say is probably like get it down to half an hour, like doing it in half an hour, and then maybe go to talk for an hour. Yeah, I think that'll be the thing. How's the time? It's, hang on, that's 16 minutes past 4. That's 13 minutes past 4. What's the actual time?
13 minutes.
13 minutes past 4. Okay. One more question, and then we'll sort of, okay.
Is it too late to suggest more features?
Right, there's probably room for another question after that. Anyway, this one as well. Are you sure you don't have anything? So you just want to watch everyone melt down as it doesn't work? Gavin's done.
I've done all I can.
All right. Well, then, would you like to summarise your experience in a short soundbite?
Sweaty palms.
Sweaty palms. He let me touch his hands earlier. They were freezing cold. And he can't drink because he's driving home. How's it going, Byron? As much as we're going to get. Right, no, that's fine. Yeah. It's working. Alright, so how do we get the audio out of that? Remove your Mac, maybe. So we didn't think of that, did we? Oh, hey, we've done the game, round of applause, but we can't actually show it properly. You play it from your end. You play it from your end. And we won't get it on the big screen again because we didn't practice this setup. But I think. So can everyone see it there? You can come forward, like, we're all friends here, right? You can all just come forward. And so you see him picking on the amazingly drawn floors to match the different presets here. And they appear with no ceremony. I did say there'd be no ceremony. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That is a game. It might not be very good, you're right, but it is a game. And we did it in an hour, and that's pretty much that. Look out for the link when we upload it, and enjoy Bodies with Balloons. We didn't get the sound effects in.
But I can't play them.
But you can play them. Alright, quick.
So you can losing.
He's losing. Play the losing one.
That's the worst.
Alright. Just imagine that going past that.
Yeah.
Wicked.
This is the menu click.
Cool.
This is a fart. I don't know who did that.
Yeah, that is a very good note, Tony. I hope it's been enjoyable. It's been really stressful, and I need to go and take my other contact out because it's going crazy. There you are. That's it. Give him a round of applause. And I'm going to plug the final session because I'm on that blooming panel as well. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, everyone. For not doing it.
I don't know, it's like some type of monster just from the screen. It's getting less and
Did you miss the video? That's not going in. No, I'm going to make it the icon.
Accidentally, Ladder Panda 2. Visually.
Our website. It's hard, isn't it?